Alright, so what's your name?
My name is Josh Hill.
What year were you born?
1987.
What level of academic education have you achieved?
I graduated from college and I have some university.
Did you attend public school on the territory?
I attended Coney Mohawk School.
The current Queen Mohawk School?
The current Coney Mohawk School.
What is your experience in public school?
My experience in public school was pretty positive. I was one of the smart kids, I guess. I got straight A's. I was usually the top student throughout my years there. The teachers, I guess, recognized that, and they had me help out with some of the other students. I was almost seemed like a bit of an EA at times, but I would say it was pretty positive.
Okay. Did you attend high school off the territory?
I attended Moira Secondary.
And what was it like having to leave the territory to attend high school?
To attend high school, it wasn't that bad. It was for me. It was. I guess the most difficult part was I was in IB when I went to Moira, or pre-IB. I guess it'd be grade 9, grade 10, and I was the only one from the territory that was in that, and I didn't relate to a lot of people in my class. And I played football, I played baseball. No one else in my class did. They had other hobbies, other interests, and I, whether the fact it was me coming from the territory, going to the school, or my personality, or my hobbies, I kind of felt like a bit of a black sheep. And I went from being one of the smartest kids in my classroom to staring at the clock, waiting for recess so I could go back to being with my friends. So it was. My first few years in high school were tricky, and I had to kind of persevere through that, I guess. So.
Okay. Did you experience any prejudices while attending school because you were Mohawk?
High school or school in general?
Your choice, whatever you want to talk to.
I don't think. I guess prejudice, as in maybe some preconceived ideas as to who you are. Like when I went to Moira, I think when someone says you're from Tyndonega, you're from the reserve, people have certain ideas or they make certain assumptions, and I don't know if all of them are bad, but I definitely did have, I guess people felt like they knew something about me based on where I came from and without really knowing me or anything like that. So I guess I would call that no one ever really picked on me or anything like that. I could kind of hold my own, so I guess I built up a bit of a defense or a bit of a wall to kind of protect myself or isolate myself from anybody that kind of wanted to maybe be prejudiced in a mean way or kind of in a rude way. I was a bit of a smart ass, so I could, like I said, fight for myself. So.
Okay. What's the most positive memory that you have while attending school?
School as a whole, like I tried to make the most of it. I tried to mingle with people, network with people, different groups of people, and I played a lot of sports, which I have some fond memories of. I didn't in high school. I didn't participate in any, I guess, student council or student union or like that. It wasn't until college. I kind of was, I don't want to say forced to grow. I went to school in Thunder Bay, so I had to fly to my school. So kind of a remote town in Thunder Bay, so I kind of had to stretch my legs and mature a bit, and I was able to sit on the Native Student Association in Thunder Bay, the Ashkenazi Student Association at Confederation College, and I was the director of culture, and I helped plan our powwow, and we had we called them Hungry Wednesdays, and we would feed the school, not just the Native students, and I really enjoyed the people that would come by and kind of shoot the breeze and kind of share stories, and I really grew a lot when I went to college, and just having the courage or the will to go up and talk to people. I kind of befriended the dean of my school. I got to meet some pretty, I guess, high profile people in I guess First Nations politics or in education, and it really opened up a lot of doors. So I guess my most positive memory while attending school is kind of finding out who I am. and being comfortable with that. So.
Okay. So on the other spectrum, what's the most negative memory that you have while attending school?
It was the most negative. I think when I left, whether it was for high school or for college, I didn't like. I'd like being unique. I've got long hair. I've got, I look different. I don't mind being myself, but I think sometimes I questioned it, and when I don't see anybody else like me, not just physically, but that doesn't necessarily think like I do or share the same interests, I felt pretty lonely. And sometimes that was at Moira, sometimes that was in Thunder Bay. My most negative memory, I guess, would be I was homesick my first year of college, and I just had to come home. I had some fears that I couldn't get out of my head, and I felt the need that I had to come home, and I may have skipped one of my finals just to get home a little bit quicker, and obviously that didn't work out too well, but I just, that yearning, I guess, or that void that I hold the community here pretty close to my heart, and when I was 19 and 20, it was a learning experience how to live without it being right here all around me. So that was a crappy time. The wrap up of my first year of college. So I guess that was crappy.
All right. So last question: is there anything that you would like to share with us about your school experience that you think the current and future students would like to hear about regarding you?
I guess to kind of elaborate on what I mentioned about finding yourself. When I was at Moira, I kind of crawled to the finish line. I started off my high school career with high hopes for myself, for everyone around me, and as the school years kind of went on, it became a bit of a grind because I became disinterested with being like, I felt I had to be like the people around me, and I didn't want to be, and it clashed with, I guess, who I thought I was. We were trying to figure out a program for me to go to college, and we went through the book, and we found this course, and it sounded awesome, Aboriginal Law and Advocacy, and I asked Miss Ferris, what's the catch? This sounds exactly like what I need. And she said, well, it's offered at Confederation College. I says, well, where's that? She said, Thunder Bay. And I says, man, oh man, I don't want to go to Thunder Bay. And we looked at another course at Loyalist, and one of the guidance counselors says, no, he's got to get out of here. And I kind of took it like, well, why do I got to get out of here? And I guess a little bit older, a little bit wiser now, I knew I figured out why I had to get out of there, because it was to become myself. It was to get out of my comfort zone, and I guess my message to students is that it's okay to be uncomfortable. That's when you grow. If you're always comfy, if you're never challenged, your opportunity for any growth, it's limited. So for me, I had to fly 2,000 kilometers or 1,800 kilometers away. I had to kind of struggle through 1 year of being homesick, being home, missing my dad, missing my family. But I learned lots, and then the next year is when I got on the student union. I made the dean's list, and I persevered, and I made my family proud, and I made myself proud. So I think for anyone in school, it can be tough, but I think especially for us being on the reserve, if you're able to persevere and get the help you can when you can, it's worth it, and it's possible. So.
Right on. That's it.